National Institute on Drug Abuse stated on June 15th, chronic use of some drugs can lead to both short and long-term changes in the brain. Now, as intriguing as mind-altering drugs may seem, they are detrimental to your health. In order to fully understand the effects substance abuse has on your body, we must first learn the most commonly known abuse substance. Second, we will discuss the details on what drugs are prescribed for and how it can be addicting. And finally, we will look upon brain and physical damage substance abuse has been known to cause. So first, let us discuss some commonly known drugs that are addicting or can lead to substance abuse. The most abused substance, not only in the US but worldwide, is alcohol. According to the Community Drug and Alcohol Council, nearly a quarter of the population participates in binge drinking, 58.6 million people, and 6.7% of the population reported heavy drinking, 16.9 million people. According to MyoClinic.org, alcohol poisoning is an immediate cause of physical damage. Alcohol poisoning is a serious and sometimes deadly consequence of drinking large amounts of alcohol in a short period of time. The results of alcohol poisoning lead to effects of trouble breathing, heart rate changes, body temperature, gag reflex that could all lead to coma and eventually death. According to Carol Galbazek from Alcohol Rehab, the effects of alcohol can be influenced by a number of risk factors, such as the amount one consumes, an individual's medical history, and tolerance to alcohol. Short-term effects of alcohol consumption include vomiting, slurred speech, distorted vision and hearing, breathing difficulties, and loss of consciousness. Long-term effects of alcohol abuse include liver disease, nerve damage, sexual problems, permanent damage to the brain, vitamin B1 deficiency known as anemia, cancer of mouth and throat, and death. Now let's move on to prescription drugs that are commonly abused. Misuse of prescription drugs means taking a medication in a manner or dose other than prescribed. According to the National Institute on Drug Abuse, opiates are the most abused prescription drug. Opioids are usually prescribed to treat pain. Some common prescription opioids are hydrocodone, oxycodone, codeine, and morphine. Opioid addiction can cause life-threatening health problems, including the risk of overdose, which leads to death. The short-term effects of opioid use include nausea, euphoria, slowed breathing, confusion, and drowsiness. Prolonged misuse of opioids ultimately leads to liver damage, permanent brain damage, severe weight loss, paranoia, dependency, and ultimately death once again. What parts of your brain are affected by drug use? According to the National Institute on Drug Abuse, the basal ganglia, which plays an important role in positive forms of motivation, including the pleasurable effects of healthy activities like eating, socializing, and sex, are all also involved in the formation of habits and routines. Drugs overactivate this circuit, producing the euphoria of the drug high, but with repeated exposure, the circuit adapts to the presence of the drug, diminishing its sensitivity, making it hard to feel pleasure from anything besides the drug. Now let's look upon the physical and psychological damage from substance abuse that can lead to disorders. In the toxic effects of substances can mimic mental illnesses in a way that can be difficult to distinguish from mental illnesses. This is referred to as substance-induced mental disorders. According to the National Center for Biotechnology information, symptoms of substance-induced disorders run the gamut from mild anxiety and depression, which is the most common across all substances, to full-blown manic and other psychotic reactions. Many people who become chronic heavy users of substances have a chance of developing worrisome, impulsive, dangerous behaviors, which may involve violence and promiscuous sexual activity. According to the National Center for Biotechnology, substance abuse can lead to psychotic states that may last for weeks, months, and even years. Unlike schizophrenic psychotic states, the client experiencing a paranoid state induced by cocaine or other street drugs more likely has intact abstract reasoning and linear thinking, and the delusions are more likely paranoid and less bizarre. Today, we discussed the effects substance abuse has on your body. We first learned the most commonly known abuse substance. Second, we discussed the details on what drugs are prescribed for and how it can be addicting. And finally, we looked upon brain and physical damage substance abuse has been known to cause.